Are you ready to turn heads? Luxury isn't just worn, it's experienced. Introducing a Layla Cara style and new up-and-coming designer collection where exclusive shoes and bags for men and women meets your feet. How about you take a handbag and wear it in style, where each piece is personally designed by Layla Carroll herself and handcrafted from the finest material in Italy. Leather, smooth like butter, bold, timeless, distinctly you. Step into true elegance and make your mark with a Layla Cara style where confidence meets craftsmanship. Visit a Layla Cara style and experience the luxury of art that you wear. Welcome back. This is part 2. You are responsible for your own happiness. Yes. So as we left off, I want to talk about letting go of emotional codependency. Are you trying to fix everyone so you can feel okay? If that's you, you have emotional codependency. Do you feel like it's your job to keep others from being upset, even if it hurts you? How about this one? True happiness includes emotional detachment, coldness, but healthy distance. Is that you? Did you know that you can care deeply without caring it at all? For example, my mother. I care for her so deeply. I remember when I was a kid, every time I saw my mother cry, I would cry. I felt her pain. I think she know that. I think that's why she keep doing what she do, because she like, if she see me cry, then she's gonna feel my pain and start crying with me. No, not this time. That changed. I am not that same little girl no more because I see the manipulation involved. So I refuse to carry around her pain inside of me. The pain that she's holding on to, I refuse to carry that. I'm not responsible for that. I talked to my dad today and I explained to him what was going on. He knows pretty much everything. And I told him, I am going to take a break from my mother. I need longer than 3 months this time. She's back at her old habits again, and this time it's worse than it was before. So I went on and told him how she called me a bitch and all this stuff. And I know good and well I didn't deserve that. I said I done done so much for her, and even the things that I've been doing in these past few months, she's still taking it upon herself to disrespect me in this way. I don't tolerate no one calling me a bitch, let alone hearing it from my own mother. Like, this is too much. So I say I cannot continue to keep letting her do me this way. So my dad told me to say, you're married. And I keep hearing people say this, you're married. I'm like, I know that. They said, no, what you're not understanding, that your responsibility is not to your mother anymore. It's to your husband. And take care of your husband. You have a son. Focus on your son. Let her deal with her own mess. And I say, you know what? I don't need no one else to tell me this again. I am good. You're so right. I'm going to take care of my husband, and I'm going to take care of my growing son, because he's outgrowing all his clothes, his shoes, and I have to buy a whole new set of clothes because he's going into the 6th grade. He's almost taller than me. Oh, he's getting up there. And His feet, he can wear my shoes. He can wear my size now. I'm an 8.5 in women. That means I'm a 6.5 in men. This boy's feet is growing. So that's what I was trying to tell my mom when I was telling her I can't keep giving her my money. I said, I got money going to my child. My husband and I have to take care of him. We can't just be giving you all our money. What's wrong with you? But yet, that's part of the reason why she called me a bitch. Because she was mad that she's not getting her way. So, what you have to understand is that choosing happiness daily, even when life is hard, that is something that you're going to have to do. Happiness is not consistently practiced. It is something that is chosen. Life will cause you chaos. People will disappoint you. Tragedy will strike. But you can still find peace in the middle of all this. Now you're probably thinking, how easy can you get? No, think about it. Even though things are happening, you can still find a way to keep your center. That's why meditation is so good. For those of you who have never meditated, try it. It's going to seem uncomfortable at first, but then if you do it enough and you don't give up, then you're going to start feeling their inner peace inside of you. It's going to come there. It's going to come. That's why I wasn't. Let me tell you what I did actually. So when I got that message from my mom calling me a bitch, I wasn't really surprised. It was almost like I was anticipating it to happen. My mom I'd probably say in my whole life, she didn't call me out of my name 3 times. And that's actually good for her, for anybody really. But I don't like it. I don't care if it's 1 time or 50 times, I don't like it. And so when I saw the message, I was like, wow, she finally did it. That's what was my reaction. She finally did it. She called me out of my name. She treated me like those women on the streets that she be getting into fights with. And yes, my mom's 66 years old and she be getting into fights with people. Yes, she do. That's a whole nother story in itself. So, yeah, I got one heck of a mother. I'm going to tell you guys. There's never a dull day with that woman. So, I was like, okay. I had called her sister, one of her sisters, immediately. I forwarded the text to her and I say, did you read the text? She said, yes. I said, I could not believe that she took it this far, but at the same time, I was anticipating on her to do that. And now that she did it, I am furthermore taking the break that I need. So I need for you to know that I am not going to be talking to her for a very long time. I am going to block her because I don't want her constantly blowing up my phone. My mom was very persistent in trying to get what she wants. And I decided, you know what? I need a drink. Not that I need one, but I want one. So I told my husband, I said, I'm going to go to the store. He was like, babe, why? I said, because I want a drink. And he was like, no. I told him, I'm going to go get a drink. Let me have this one. Because if I don't go get this drink, I know for a fact I'm going to retaliate. So I'm not finna retaliate. I'm finna go and calm myself down. I'm going to get my drink. I'm going to go into my mellow mode moment in my chill space. And I'm going to meditate. And I'm going to come out of my meditation and I'm going to be relaxed. And that's what I did. I went to the store, came home, came back. My husband was trying to talk to me about the situation. I say, I don't want to talk about it. And he was like, that's messed up that your mama do. I said, honey, I don't want to talk about it. Because if I get to talking about it, I'm going to start thinking about some things to say to her. And I want to honor her. And the best way to honor her is to be quiet and not say anything to her at all. So I'm going to get in the bed. I'm going to turn some meditation music on and I'm going to sleep it off. And that's what I did. So when I woke up the next day, it was on my mind. I woke up with it on my mind. I went in my space where I work out at. I went into my workout space and I sat there and I sat in a chair and I started praying. I was talking to God about it. I gave it all to him. I told him how I felt, why it hurted me, why I feel like it's wrong, and why would I have done so much for her to do this, to come at me like this. And I said, Elroy, you're the God who sees. You saw what she did. You saw what I did. You see everything. And I just left it there, After I finished doing that, I felt better. Then I decided to come back upstairs and give my husband some loving and go on by my business for the rest of the day. And I was at peace. And then my aunt called trying to give me some information about my mom. And I'm like, don't do it. You're not going to be the source that she go to come at me. Don't do it. And she said, I understand.
We'll be back after a quick break.
If you haven't already, check out my luxury shoe and bag collection, a Layla Cara style. Each piece is personally designed by me and handcrafted from genuine Italian leather. Whether you're dressing up or keeping it casual, these pieces were made to help you walk with confidence. Because real style starts from how you feel. Go to alaylacarolstyle.com and experience these bold, timeless, and completely all you. Check it out. You might find something you like. I'm going to leave it alone. Thank you. As long as she's okay. I got cameras at her house. I can get on the cameras and look. As long as I see her breathing, that's all I really need to know. I don't want to know nothing else. That's the way I had to do it. So you really have to figure out what it is that you can do to practice keeping yourself centered. Okay? Meditation is great. I'm going to give you some more examples. Remember, I just said that my aunt called to try to tell me some stuff about my mom. You have to choose not to gossip. That's a good choice. You also have to choose when to take a walk when you're angry. You have to choose to be forgiven even when you know you ain't do anything wrong. Choosing to forgive even when they never say they're sorry to you. My mom is not going to say she's sorry. I'm going to tell you that right now. She ain't. If she do, I'm really not going to suck it in because I know it's going to be short-lived. Because she's the type of person that she's go off impulse. My mom was an impulsive person. Impulsive people could be dangerous. And I mean that because they always destroying things. They're destroying the things that goes on in their lives with other people. They ruin their relationships with other people. I picked up all her habits. Okay, I don't have her habits, but I picked up on all her habits when I was younger, watching how she would sabotage her relationships with men. And I was thinking, as I was growing up, she can't hold on to nobody. What is wrong with her? And I remember many times when she would try to put those traits off on me. Every time I would get into a relationship with someone, if I allowed her to meet them, she would have something negative to say about them. I'm like, you don't even know this person. You just met them and you already got something negative to say? Come on, man. But at that time, I didn't know it was because she was trying to sabotage me from getting involved because she didn't want me to leave her. This is what it all boils down to, you guys. She don't want to be alone. She want me to be with her forever. And I know this because she said it. But I wasn't born to be in her shadow for the rest of her life. Because what will happen after she dies? I'm still here. What would I do with the remainder of my life if I gave my life to her? See, there's nowhere in the scriptures, in the Bible, that says to give your life to men or woman. It says to give your life to Christ. And I've given my life to Christ. I'm not giving my life to nobody else. That's just the way it is. Now let's talk about journal prompting. Now, I told you I was going to teach you about to journal. Writing things down is also therapy. It helps you to get out what is inside of you. You want to say some things, but you don't really want to say it directly to the person because you know it will cause a problem that you're not ready for. That is when it's time to write. It is a great time to write. Here's some prompts. I'm going to give you 4 different ones. So you can write this down or you can just replay it and then write it down. I'm gonna talk slow so that way you know exactly what I'm saying and you don't have to try to figure out what I'm saying. So number 1, this is what you're going to write down and you're going to answer these questions as well. Number 1, what does happiness mean to me beyond material things? So write that down and then answer it. If you don't know the answer, take some time to think about it. If you have to take some days, take a day or 2 to think about it. We wrap ourselves into material things that we forget that is only temporarily. Yes, you are happy for the moment, but when that newness wears off, now you're finding something else to be happy about. What is that? You want to know what happiness means to you. So I'm going to give you an example for me. Happiness for me, what it means to me is to be able to get up every day and not feel a whole lot of body pains. Y'all guys don't understand. Right now, my ankles are hurting. I have my right ankle. I don't even know what happened to me. My age is showing, like, for real. I'm 47 years old. It seems like all kinds of things start happening out of nowhere. My back be hurting. My neck hurts. My shoulder, and they be switching sides. My shoulder go from left to right. One moment it's my right shoulder, next is the left, and it be hurting for months. I went to the doctor. They gave me x-rays. It's just normal wear and tear. What is normal wear and tear? Oh, we can give you some steroids, some prednisone to help with inflammation. And I'm thinking, like, really? I am not going to be on prednisone. Oh, I went off on one of my doctors. She ain't my doctor no more, but that's probably why. Because she tried to give me some steroid shots. And I asked her, is this going to make me gain weight? I think I told you guys this before. And she got mad, like an attitude. What you get an attitude for? I just asked a simple question. Is it going to make me gain weight? And she was like, well, it's a steroid. I say, and answer the question, because you're not shooting that needle in me. And I had to pause for a second and take a look at her. And she was a heavy-sized woman. She was overweight. I said, I must have offended her. I wasn't trying to. I just needed to know what you're about to give me. Is it going to swell me up? Because, and I told her this. I said, sorry, but I need to know because I've been working out pretty hard and I done lost about 20 pounds and I am really fit and toned right now and I don't need nothing to disrupt that. So is this going to make me gain weight? And she said, yes, it is. I said, I don't want it. Give me something else, please. So I've been feeling all these body pains, man. So my happiness right now is coming from not being in pain. I can't even walk on my right leg without my ankle feeling like I'm going to collapse to the ground. I didn't twist my ankle, but this is the same ankle that I did twist some years back trying to dance. I was doing what you call the kid and play, hola, hola, eh, hola, hola, hola. And I was doing the kid and play, and man, I had these 6-inch heels on. That was a no-no. And I slipped and tripped and fell to the ground, and I was with a friend. We were both trying to do it together, because you need a partner for that dance. And I twisted my ankle. This is the same ankle, but that was so long ago. And I'm thinking like, whoa, what's going on? Did it weaken itself or something? So that's one. Number two, what you want to do, that's another question, okay? You want to ask yourself, write this down. In what way have I given others control over my happiness? Please answer that question, because that is what's going to actually liberate you, and it's going to set you free. When you find out the answer and how you keep giving away your control of your happiness to other people, you're going to figure out what to do to stop it, because that's going to be your reverse answer. Number 3, write this down. What can I start doing today that align with the vision of me who is always fulfilled? What can you start doing today? What is it? What do you think it might be? And we're going to start today. We're not going to start tomorrow. We're going to start this right now today. So what can you start doing today that aligns with your vision of you who is already fulfilled? Are you fulfilled? But you have a vision though. You have a vision of yourself being a certain way, the way you want. What is that you can do today to start getting to that person? Number 4, write this down. What negative belief is keeping me from choosing joy? I want to touch base on this negative belief thing. I want to encourage you to write down these questions and answers and share them with me if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to, go ahead and share them with me. You can share it anonymously on social media. I'm on Facebook. I'm also on Instagram. You can find me at Alayla Carroll. Alayla Carroll is my name. And you can find me. I'm also on TikTok. You can find me there. Or you can just go to my email address, which is imagingcoaching@yahoo.com. So that way we can converse and talk. You can also join the discussion forum on my website at imagingcoaching.com/forum. And you can start a discussion there as well. So let's talk about signs that you are avoiding personal happiness. Sometimes people avoid being happy. And I want to know if this is you. You're consistently busy being busy. Basically, you never have time to do anything else but be busy. Is that you? If you're always busy, you're not finding time to center yourself and find your true personal happiness. Being busy is not fulfillment. It's never going to fulfill you. You're going to always find a need to stay busy, because when you are finally not in motion, that's when the reality is going to set in, and you're going to realize that you're actually not happy. Have you ever noticed some people who retire? And my mom is definitely one. I know I talk about her a lot, and I'm talking about her a lot because this is recent situation that's going on, but it's right at the forefront of my brain. So that's why I keep bringing her up. But I want to talk about, have you ever noticed that when people retire, if they don't have anything else planned with the rest of their life, that's when they find themselves ready to die. Like they don't really have nothing else to do. There's nothing that's fulfilling them. They need to, because they was always busy when they was working, had somewhere to go, something to do, someone depended on them, people depended on them. But now they retire, they have nothing to do, especially if they're single and they don't have a spouse. They really feel the need to be ready to go on home. Well, the thing about that, even though you're retired from a job, doesn't mean that you're retired from life, that you're retired from living. This is a time to start living even more so because you have nothing holding you back. There's nothing that is keeping you stuck in one location. It's time for you to get out there and find what it is that is fulfilling to you. But if you are already finding your happiness right now before you retire, you are in a better place now, because when you retire, you're going to pick up in the same pace that you're already in, but without the job taking away your time, keeping you from doing what you're already doing that brings you happiness. So as for me, I like to travel. It brings me happiness. I love going to new places and just seeing the city lights or even the little towns or something like that and seeing how other culture lives and everything. I enjoy that. That is my job that I do. But when I am done being a flight attendant, I'm still going to travel. I'm still going to be out there doing what I'm doing right now. Enjoying seeing how other people live and meeting new people and experiencing other culture. My husband and I, we sit and we watch travel channels. We do a lot of it on YouTube though, because we get to put in actually what we really want to see. And we see all these different places that we want to visit. Like I said, for instance, right now my husband, he's on the plane. He's going to Paris, France. Then he's going to leave from there and go to Venezuela. He's going to go out there and he's going to go to Spain. Even though it's for work, basketball, but he gets the opportunity to still venture outside of work. So he's going to be working from 9 to 2. That's good timing. After 2 p.m., he got nothing but time to do whatever he wants. That's why I said I'm going to go out there, because I got a whole week off. I took that week off. I just went on it. I have vacation coming up the last 2 weeks of the month, but I added another week just to take off to give me 3 weeks off for July. I was gonna say January, say July, and it gives me the opportunity to have some leisure travel instead of just business travel. And I'm going to go out there, take tons of pictures, and just enjoy I'm going to enjoy Europe. Okay, that's another part of the world. So that's what I'm trying to say. What is it that brings you joy? What brings you happiness? Now, another sign that you are avoiding personal happiness, you're waiting for others to make plans or decisions. Is that you? You should never wait on someone else to make plans. You should be making plans, whether people are going to be with you or not. Make those plans and then live out those plans. Get it going. What about this? You feel lost when you're alone. There are so many people who hate being alone. My mom is one of them. She hates being alone. This is where her problem is at. But she's been that way forever. You have to change that about yourself. Why you don't like being by yourself? What is it about you that you don't like? If you don't like you, why should I like you? I mean, that's how I look at it. See, I like myself. I like myself. I love myself. I love being alone with myself. I enjoy my thoughts because I'm always in my head and I'm thinking about what I'm going to be doing next. In my mind, I'm just like, okay, when I was already on my way home, said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do this podcast. When I get done with this podcast, then I'm gonna get my wine. I'm gonna sit back and I'm finna have my me time because my son is with his bio dad and my husband is on his way to friends, and I know I gotta work in the morning, so I'm finna spend the rest of this day enjoying myself. My puppy is with my aunt because someone gotta watch him while we're away, and I'm like, oh man, I'm finna enjoy my quiet time. But you must enjoy being with yourself. When I go to work and I'm in the hotel, I love being in the hotel by myself. After being with everybody on the plane, especially my coworkers, I am ready to detach from them. And most of them, I've noticed, I can tell when those people who don't like to be alone. Oh, I noticed them right away. One reason, because I experienced it with my own mother. But another reason is because they're always trying to find something to do with other people. And I'm like, hey, if nobody want to go, and I remember this one girl, I said, if nobody want to go with you, then you don't have to wait on someone to go with you. You want to go to the mall, go to the mall. Why are you waiting for someone to go? Well, I want to go to this mall. Like, I think it's, what is it? In Minneapolis, they have a mall there. And I remember being with this flight attendant and she was talking about that mall. And she said, I've been here several times to Minneapolis, but I never got a chance to go to the mall. I'm waiting to find someone to go with me. I said, that's silly. Go to the mall. If you want to go, go to the mall. Just go during safe hours. I mean, every hour could be dangerous, but I'm talking about in the daytime. Go take an Uber there. Matter of fact, the hotel van will actually take you there and pick you up. So take the van, go to the mall, and then call them to come pick you up and come on back. Why wait for someone else to make plans to do these things? I just don't want to go by myself. So you don't want to be alone. I get it. In some places, you should not be alone, such as Mexico. You should be with someone. But Minneapolis, come on now. You can go to the mall by yourself. But you have to understand that if that's you and you feel like you always got to have someone with you, why is that? It's because you never experienced yourself. You never experienced being with just yourself. Try it for a change and you will find out that it's not that bad after all. How about this? You're always irritated, easily triggered, or resentful. If you're that person, then you're definitely avoiding your own personal happiness. Why is this happening? Many people are afraid of happiness. And many people are afraid to be happy because they think happiness is fragile or they don't think they deserve it. I'm going to break down how worthiness plays a role in this. If you don't think you're worthy of happiness, we're going to have to break this cycle. We have to break this spell that you're under. You're under a spell because everyone is worthy of happiness, baby. Everyone. Worthiness is one of the deepest roots of why many people struggle to take full responsibility of their own happiness. Like, let's break down. I want to break this down in deeper content for you. I really want you to take some understanding with this. Like, open your mind up, okay? Open your mind and really dig deep and think hard about this. Is this you? Could this be you? And if it is you, I want to help you break this. Let's break this down clearly so you can understand. The worthiness womb is what you are experiencing. Why it's hard to choose happiness? If you don't feel worthy, you won't let yourself be happy. That is one reason why it's happening, because you don't feel worthy. Let's talk about the worthiness womb. Here's the hard truth. If you don't believe you deserve joy, peace, love, or success, then even when those things show up, you'll self-sabotage them or you'll reject them completely. This shows up in thoughts like, things are going too well. Something bad must be coming. I don't deserve this. Others have it worse. I'm not good enough to be truly happy yet. I still need to fix myself. What you fixing yourself for? What is it that you fixing that you not good enough to be happy? You need to take your happiness right now at this moment, okay? So instead of reaching for happiness, you reach for stress, guilt, or chaos because that feels more familiar to you than joy. So if that's feeling more familiar to you than joy, you are definitely under the worthiness womb spell. You can't live a life of joy if you are secretly believing you're unworthy of it. What about your childhood conditioning and early messages? A lot of our worthiness issues start very early. Those are things that was said to you when you was a kid or that was done to you while you was a kid. Were you praised only when you achieved something? So the only time you was getting praises is when you made the honor roll or when you was winning a basketball game or you ran track and you was first place or you did something great. That's the only time they sung praises to you. Did love feel conditional to you? Like you had to do something in order to feel the love? That you only was giving love when you did good is what I'm saying here. Were you criticized more than you were celebrated? Because that can be a real problem if that's what was happening to you. These are psychological wounds, which is worthy wounds, making you feel you're not worthy because of the psyche that you're under. That's why I say you're under a spell. These spells can be broken, okay? If your childhood trained you to believe that love, safety, or approval had to be earned, then happiness becomes something you chase, not something you allow. We want to reframe this, okay? Happiness is not a reward for suffering. It's your birthright. You were born, that means that you are born to be happy. It's one reason why you have the right to pursue your happiness. Just because you were born, that alone is the reason why you have the right to have happiness in your life. Now I want to talk about the false belief that suffering equals strength. You know, we, especially as with my culture, black women. Yes, if you didn't know I was black, I'm black. Okay? But anyways, that's irrelevant. What I want to share is that we were put in a situation where we think that suffering makes us strong because you suffered. Like, yeah, it's a badge of honor. It's not a badge of honor because you suffered. Some of us wear suffering like it's a badge of honor. And that is not what it is. Yeah, we all suffer. Every person in this world suffers. But does it mean that we have to broadcast it like, yeah, because I went through this, this is why I'm better than you, or this is why this is happening because I went through that? No. What that means is that you made it through. Now you deserve to be happy. We've been taught that life is supposed to be hard and that anything easy, light, or joyful is somehow less than valuable. That is not true. But strength isn't proven by how much we endure. It's proven by how much peace we provide in the storm. When you're going through something, you need to be finding your peace. That's when peace is really the strongest. That is when you have the opportunity to really showcase your strength. Is through your peace. It's in your mind. You don't have to suffer to be worthy of rest. Get your sleep. If you haven't slept in days because you're suffering, no, it's time to shut it down and tell your worriness to move on. That you're going to get your rest. Get the sleep that you need. You don't have to earn love through exhaustion. Why you got to be exhausted to be loved? No, take that away. Tell that exhaustion, it's enough. It's enough. I had enough of you. I'm going to get my sleep. A good night's sleep, I'm telling you, is one of the best things you will ever have when you are going through a storm. You ever notice, and if you are a believer of Christ or you read the Bible, and have you noticed the part when the disciples was on the ship and there was a storm and Jesus was sleeping, and he was sleeping in the middle of that storm? That should be a lesson within itself. If Jesus was sleeping in the middle of a storm, what that tells you, what that tells us, we should be able to rest even in the middle of a storm. Rest, get your sleep, okay? Don't let your sleep be deprived because you're going through. Matter of fact, if you are being deprived of your sleep and you're going through a storm, you're not going to be healthy enough to fight it. You're going to be too exhausted. So get your sleep. Get your rest, and then you'll start having your peace and you'll find your happiness. So let's talk about self-sabotage and the upper limit problem. Have you ever felt really good and then suddenly picked a fight, made a bad decision, or spiraled into anxiety? That's called the upper limit problem, a term from psychiatrist Gay Hendricks. It's what happens when you hit a happiness ceiling you don't believe you deserve to rise above. You got to break through that ceiling. So you unconsciously bring yourself back down to what feels safe or familiar. Y'all got to let go of the familiarity thing. See, people are always going to what is familiar to them instead of going to what is uncomfortable. You find your breakthrough in the uncomfortable. That's where you get your breakthrough at. You have to be uncomfortable with being comfortable. Stop being so comfortable. You'll never get a breakthrough with the comfort of always being comfortable. So get yourself out there and do something that's uncomfortable to you, that is healthy to do, but it's uncomfortable. Do that, and then you're going to find your breakthrough. You know, I used to hate talking to people. I ain't gonna lie. I did. I used to be uncomfortable talking to people. But I started practicing sparking up conversations. I started that because I felt uncomfortable talking to strangers. That's why I was always quiet. People don't know that about me. But they do know I was always quiet. They just never knew why I was always quiet. Now, another part of the reason, because I'm listening, I'm getting to know people. Because people who talk a lot, they'll tell you a lot about themselves. And you can learn so much just by listening to a person talk. And some people will tell you their whole life story. And you can even say a word to them. You're just listening. But the main reason is because I was uncomfortable talking to someone new. So I had to break myself, and I'm still working on that to this day. When I'm on the plane, sometimes I would just spark a conversation because I'm telling myself, get out of your comfort. Start talking to people. Just spark a conversation. Just say, hey, they're already on the plane with you, so where they gonna go? So just ask them, how was the if they eating something, I like to talk about their food. How is that? Is that good that you're eating? What is that? Oh man, it looks good. It smells good too. And then or the hair, I'm a hair person. So I'm like, oh, your hair. I really like that haircut. It is so pretty. And I'm just sparking conversation. I'm complimenting, but I'm also getting myself in a comfort zone because I'm uncomfortable talking to them, but I'm putting myself in a comfort zone to get comfortable to talk to them. Now, I'm not going to sit here and kid myself. Sometimes I don't want to talk to people because I really don't feel like talking. And I found myself, I had talked to this one guy. Oh my goodness. He talked my ear off after I started talking to him. And I say, ooh, what did I start it? Because now he don't want to stop talking. But I made his day, and I didn't realize how much I made his day until the middle of the conversation when he started smiling. And I say to him, this is the first time you smiled since you got on this plane. And I'm saying this because sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes it's about the other person. Sometimes it wasn't about me, even though I was making it about me, trying to make myself comfortable talking to people. Even though it was uncomfortable, I actually made that man's day. Didn't even realize it until the middle of the conversation, even though I was trying to practice to get myself out of my comfort zone. So if you don't heal your belief about what you're worthy of, you'll keep pushing away the very thing you have been praying for. And we pray for a lot of things. I prayed for boldness. I did. I asked God to give me boldness to be bold and courageous. That was part of my testimony. That's part of my practice, is to actually talk to people. Even though I'm uncomfortable sometimes talking to strangers. Just talk to them. I would literally have people sitting next to me and I wouldn't say one word to them. I'm so serious. That's me. But I have to change that about me. I have to now start looking at them and actually looking at them. And that was another thing I was uncomfortable with. I was uncomfortable looking people in their eyes. Now I will stare you in your eyeballs. And I can tell you the colors that I see in your what you call that, the iris. I can tell you what color that is. Oh, you got a little blue and a little emerald going on. Oh, I can see you got these little lines because I'm staring at you now. I'm looking deep inside of you now. But I didn't do that. I know part of the reason, I'm telling you, the part of the reason why I didn't is because a long time ago, I was dating this guy. And after I first moved here to Houston, after my first husband and I divorced, I was dating this guy and I had a staring problem. And I know I did because I did it when I was a kid all the way through that point. And he said, why you keep staring at people? You must like him. And I was like, no, that's not true. I just stare because that's how I would study people. And I can tell a person from a mile away by the way they walked. Because I literally studied them by staring at them. And he would say, well, here in Houston, when you stare at a person, it's either mean one or two things. You like them or you want to fight them. And I was thinking, that's a thing? Really? I said, that's not how it is in San Antonio. You look at a person, they just say hi and keep on going. But nah, Not with him. He was like, stop staring at people. So I started not staring and looking no more because of that. I tell you, it's amazing how you let somebody change you. That's why you got to be careful with who you give your power to. So how do you start to reclaim your worthiness? How do you start doing that? I want to help you. I want to help you to reclaim it. And so I'm going to give you some pointers. So what do you do about reclaiming? Here are a few ways to start rebuilding your self-worth so you can allow your happiness to sink in instead of resisting it. Practice this. You want to practice, number one, you want to practice mirror talk. This is an old-fashioned technique, but it works because you're staring yourself in the face when you do this. You're going to look yourself in the eye in the mirror and you're going to say words of affirmation to yourself. I strongly encourage you guys to get my book, 365 Days of Mindfulness, your daily affirmation guide. And it's on Amazon, you can buy it on Amazon, but if you don't really want to buy the hard copy, you can get the PDF copy for free. And the way you get the PDF copy, you will go online to my website, imagingcoaching.com. It's in the link in this description. So just go there, copy and paste it or link it or whatever. imagingcoaching.com. When you click on there and you get on there, it's going to be a window that's going to pop up and it's going to ask for you to subscribe with your email address. Put your email address in there. When your email address shows up on my end, I'm going to send you a free PDF copy of 365 Days of Mindfulness, your daily affirmation guide. It will go straight to your device, to your email, and you can practice talking positive affirmation to yourself every single day for 365 days of the year. So here are three of them that you can say to yourself about your peace. You can say, I am worthy of peace. Stare yourself in the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror, look yourself in the eyes and say, I am worthy of peace. Then you're going to say, I am worthy of rest. For those of you who are having sleep insomnia and need to sleep, I am worthy of rest. Go get you some tea, some chamomile tea, or you can go on my website as well, imagingcoaching.com/tea. I sell wellness teas, and I have an area that I sell teas for those of you who are dealing with insomnia and needs to rest and get some sleep. Buy you some of that tea, and you can sip your tea and be in the mirror and be like, I am worthy of rest. Then you also say, when you wake up in the morning and you're brushing your teeth and you're getting yourself together, you say, I am worthy of joy. I am worthy of joy. And you do this every single day. It's going to feel awkward in the beginning, okay? For those of you who have never done this before, yes, it's going to feel awkward, but it's going to get better. It's going to get better and easier over time. Here's another practice for you. Number 2, you want to practice inner child check-in. For those of you who had situations in your past when you was a kid, you was always trying to earn love from other people. Now you want to start checking in with your inner child, because we all have an inner child inside of us that results back to our childhood moments, especially when we're triggered. You want to write a letter to your young self. And you want to talk to yourself. So what you want to do is write a letter to your young self who you thought that needed to earn everything. You don't need to do that. So tell your young self, you do not need to do this anymore. You don't need to prove anything anymore to anyone because you are already enough. Tell that to yourself. It's just one sentence or two sentences. All you say to yourself is, whatever your name is, you say, self, you don't have to prove anything anymore. You're already enough. And then you read this letter to yourself every single day until it is in your memory bank. Okay? Until you can recite it every day by heart to yourself and you don't have to keep going back to the letter, what is inside of you. All right? So when you start finding moments where you're resorting back to that inner child and you're feeling like you got to prove your love or earn your love, earn someone's love, no, you're going to tell yourself, no. Susan, Karen, Lily, Jill, Tanya, Shaquisha, Joseph, John, Jacob, Benjamin, whatever your name is, okay? You're going to say, you don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to prove anything anymore. You're already enough. And then you're like, oh, you know what? You sure right. That's what I mean by I be talking to myself. I be like, Layla, you good. You don't have to worry about that. You ain't got to prove yourself to nobody. Tell that person they better leave you alone before you have to make them leave you alone. And then I'll be like, you better leave me alone before I have to make you leave me alone. Like, oh, okay. But what I'm saying, it's okay to have those pep talks, okay, to yourself. Don't be afraid of that. So practice number 3. What you want to do is receive without apology. When someone give you a compliment or a gift or even a moment of love, don't deflect it, okay? Don't be like, you don't have to say that. Oh, this old thing. Or, you didn't have to do that. No. Yes, they did. You better say thank you. And no, this thing ain't old. I got good taste. And yes, thank you for saying that because I really needed to hear that. That's what you say, okay? So if someone tell you anything, you better get it together. They gave you a compliment. Thank you. I needed to hear that. That's what you say instead. Instead of, oh, you didn't have to say that. No, yeah, you did. Thank you. I needed to hear that. Someone give you a gift. You better be like, thank you. I appreciate it. Maybe one day I'll return the favor. But today, I needed this gift. I appreciate this gift. And of course, if someone give you a moment of love, I don't care what it is, if they tell you they love you, thank you. I love you too. All right? It's okay to say it back. Saying thank you and receiving it like someone who believe you deserve goodness. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure you say it like you know you deserve happiness and you deserve goodness. Just know this about yourself. You're not behind. So for those of you who feel like you late on something or late to receive something, no, you're not behind. You're not broken. So if you had something happen to you in your past, it's okay. You're not broken. We all had something happen to us somewhere down the line in our past, okay? If you're older than 5 years old, I'm guarantee you something have happened to you somewhere in your life. You're not too late because you're still alive. It's never too late to start getting your happiness back, all right? Or to get happiness for the first time. It's never too late. And you are worthy. And the reason why you're worthy is because you exist. You're worthy simply because you exist. Because you exist in this world. All right? You are worthy. I don't care what no one says. You're worthy. What I want to do is invite you to take this small action today towards your own happiness. Whether it's setting boundaries because you're not easy with that, it's not easy for you to do, set your boundaries, okay? Taking a walk. Now, walking is therapy. Some of y'all might not know that, but it actually is. It's really good therapy. I used to take walks every single morning. I need to get back to doing that. But I used to take walks every single morning for 3 years. I took a walk. I used to work overnight, and I would go in to work about 10. I would get up about 6:30 that morning, and instead of me going straight to sleep, I had a hard time falling straight to sleep. Even if I was exhausted, I would not go straight to sleep. And I still do that to this day. I'd be exhausted and still would not go straight to sleep. The thing is that I have to wind down to get to that point. And I would go for a walk. And while I would walk, I would pray. I would talk to God. And I would just enjoy nature. I would be looking at birds flying around. I look at the squirrels running up the tree. Some of them be sitting there eating nuts and stuff. And I used to be like, man, they just chilling. Just having a good old time. But I used to enjoy nature. And I walked on the bayou, so I would see the water that was in the bayou. Sometimes the bayou was dried up. But what I'm saying is I enjoy being outside. So go for a walk. Or what you could do, saying no to somebody. It's time to start saying no to something or to someone that drains you. Let today be that day. I'm inviting you to start today. Someone call you in the next hour or two and they ask you to do something that you really don't want to do. Tell them no. Don't hesitate. Don't give an excuse. Don't give a reason why. Just say no. They're going to be like, what? No. Did you tell me no? That's what I said. No. What? Why did you say no? Because I said no. Okay, talk to you later. Bye. That's what you do. It will feel so liberating to you, and it will feel so good. And once you have done it, you're going to definitely want to do it again. Now, don't just go around telling everybody no just because you're just saying no. But if it's something you really don't want to do, or it's going to hurt you or disrupt something in your life, just say no. Just tell them no. Or say no to something. A place to go to. You don't want to go there? No. Not going. I also want to invite you to join my community online. I have a discussion forum. It's imagingcoaching.com/forum. Go ahead and join and let's get some conversations started. I'm always talking to you guys. It'll be great to start talking back and forth to each other. I said this before. So go ahead and just hit me up. And I get those notifications. They come to my phone just like a text message. And I can talk to you guys back and forth, and go from there. If you got some questions you want to ask me or you got a new topic that you want to talk about, I can definitely do that in the podcast or just talk to you on the forum right then and there. I can answer a question. If you don't think that that's good enough, you want some one-on-one coaching, then you can join my coaching programs. I have coaching programs called the Stress Eliminator. You can do that, or you can just do one-on-one by yourself. Let's say you might say, I don't really want to talk to nobody, but I would love to be a part of what you have going on. Well, I have the Stress Eliminator program. It's free. Go ahead and join that. It helps you. It teaches you what I do in that program. I teach you how to gain your happiness back, but I also teach you about stress. I teach you how to eliminate stress that is unnecessary, the kind that you can actually control, because everyone has certain stress in their life that they can control. But then there's some stressors that you can't control, but I teach you how to deal with it and how to live with it, and then to make it not be a stress factor anymore. It's a more of an acceptance, but it's a learning how to cope. That's what it really is. So I give you some techniques. I meditate. I teach you how to meditate. I teach you how to do progressive muscle relaxation, which is really awesome to do, especially like when you have pain and stuff like that in your body, like what I have. And I teach you how to start channeling your body to respond to your mind to where it's in a healthier way instead of a negative way. And I teach you how to learn to center yourself. I teach you all those things. And I teach you about stress and what it does to the body. That way you be very aware of what's happening in your body at the current time. So like I knew I had inflammation in my body before I went to the doctor. I knew that already. So instead of me being on those prednisone and taking those shots that she was trying to give me, I said, okay, I know what I need to do. I gotta go and I have to change my diet. I gotta change how I eat at night because I'm a night eater. And I had to change the sugar because I love candy and I enjoy sweets and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, so now I'm going to have to do my intermittent fasting and I have to let my body cells rejuvenate itself so I can heal from all the inflammation. It helps. Now, as far as my ankle, I don't know what happened to that. That was something different. It happened all of a sudden. I was standing up. I think it's a word for my husband told me it's some kind of word, plantation, I don't know, fixiitis or whatever he was saying. He said, you need to get off your feet, and that's what it is. You're always on your feet, which is true. I am, and I'm always balancing myself in the air when I'm flying. That is the main reason. And they always want us to wear heels, and I hate that because they want us to wear 2-inch heels or higher. And I'm like, can I just wear some flats? But so you gotta get a doctor's order to wear flats. I said, ooh, that's bad. I shouldn't have to have a doctor's order to wear some flats. But it is what it is. I might end up going to go get that doctor's order now that I have a reason to. So, anyways, just go ahead and join my discussion forums, or I really strongly encourage you guys to get into the one-on-one self-coaching and the stress eliminator, the stress eliminator program. Go ahead and sign up for that program. That is going to be something awesome because you can do that anytime, anywhere on your device, and it's yours for life. So I'm telling you, it's going to help you. So anyway, let's wrap this up. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. So here is my challenge to you. This week, whenever you feel frustrated, disappointed, or upset, I want you to pause and ask yourself this question. What am I believing right now? What is it that you're believing at this moment? That's what you want to say to yourself. What am I believing right now? If you are frustrated, or you feel disappointed, or you're upset, what is causing you to feel that way? And what do you believe about it? What are you believing at the moment? Do you believe that someone is responsible for your happiness? Do you believe that someone is responsible for your joy? Because that's what's going to change the way you get your joy and your happiness back. Once you realize that, oh, I'm not feeling like this person take my joy. Yeah, I'm mad. Yes, I'm upset. Yes, I am pissed off. But guess what? It's going to be temporary because I'm going to get my joy back. I'm going to get my happiness back. I'm definitely going to get my peace back. I'm not going to let you disturb that. So what you do after you have answered that question, then you're going to ask yourself, how can I take ownership of this feeling and move towards peace? I want you to know that you're not powerless. You're not a victim, and you're not stuck. You have the ability to choose, to grow, and to feel yourself and to free yourself. Starting right now at this moment, you have that ability to do that. If today's message spoke to your spirit, I would love for you to share this message to others. Let someone else hear it. Also, subscribe to my podcast, download this episode, and leave a review. I would love to read what you think. If it's going to be negative, keep it to yourself, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to respond to negativity. Matter of fact, if it's negative, I'm going to take it down, because I don't let nothing negative stay on my platform. I'm not going to feed energy into that. I don't want someone else coming along and read it and then it bothers them too. That's not what I do. I don't share negative energy. What I do is share positive energy, so we got enough negativity going on in our lives every day as it is, especially with the way the world is at this moment. We don't need to add to it. So I don't let no one come in and keep that going into my world. You have power over your world, just like I have power over mine. And I refuse to let someone come in and just let negativity just settle on me. It's not going to happen. So until next time, keep freeing yourself, keep freeing your thoughts, and you can feel free to live your life. All right? Signing out, Layla.
Are you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by stress? Introducing Stress Management with Imaging Coaching, your ticket to a calmer, more balanced life. In this journey you will be taking with us here at Imaging Coaching, we'll equip you with powerful techniques and tools you can use to conquer stress, regain control, and transform your life. From deep breathing exercises to mindfulness practices, you'll discover the tools to relax your mind and body. Come join us on this transformative path and unlock a world of inner peace and resilience. Don't let stress hold you back any longer. Take charge of your well-being today with Imaging Coaching, your stress management team. Discover clarity. Defeat stress through Imaging Coaching at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com.